125. Patrick Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Good ball player for the Cardinals. How important is this game to the Niners, Patrick?
This is a must-win for the 49ers, in my opinion. And if I'm in that locker room, that's how I'm feeling because, like you just said, we lost to these guys in two of the biggest games, two times in the biggest games of the season, and now we have an opportunity to play them in our backyard. You don't know when you have an opportunity to play the team that you lost in the Super Bowl because we're in different, conferences. But yes, this is a huge game. The 49ers are now starting to get into their groove. We all know how they like to start the seasons over the past years, which has been kind of slow. Midway through the second quarter of the season, that's when the guys and Kyle Shanahan get the team, rolling with the confidence and playing with the aspiration that, everybody was hoping that they start the season with. So this is definitely a must-win for the 49ers. If they don't win, the season's not over. But for them, losing to the Kansas City Chiefs twice in the Super Bowl game, I'm definitely feeling that this is a must-win.
I appreciate that.
See, I'm less interested in how the players feel than how the fans feel about a game like this.
Oh, well, then it's on 10. They're on 10. They're like, this is a mini Super Bowl then.
Well, see, I wonder again, because, and I'm being honest here, like, is it a big game? Of course it's a big game. It's a Super Bowl rematch. But I'm wondering if you're a 49er fan, are you fearful going into Sunday's game? Are you confident? Are you concerned? Or do you look at it as it's just a big game? Like, I want to know, because, and this is what I mean. I don't want to insult 49er fans' intelligence. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, of course it's a big game, but we also know it's sandwiched between Seattle and Dallas, which we know the NFC games are more important. Again, I'm not here to talk about, well, it's not that big. No, it's a big game. It's probably going to be the most anticipated regular season game so far, the 49ers Chiefs.
Due to the history.
But I'm wondering where 49er fans are with this game. What does a win mean? What would a loss mean? 888-957-9570. Goo's right, says the 650. It's our mini Super Bowl.
I really believe it.
And I don't disagree with that. But it's a mini Super Bowl. But you can't you can't wipe the slate clean Sunday, no matter what happens.
But you can feel a whole lot better for the pain that the fans felt after what transpired in Vegas. Better? It's like getting in a fight and somebody beating you, the same guy beating you up twice, and then you catch him somewhere. It's not a full fight, but you get a lick
like
in.
Like Mitch Green?
To lick at my man. Alley? Yeah, Tyson. But you get that lick in. And then not only do you get the lick in, you laid the Chiefs with their first loss of the season. You send a message like a text to where, you know what, NFL world, we went overtime, but we were the better team. We should have won that game. And here's proof to follow that. So to me, it's a blessing in disguise to where the Chiefs on the schedule gives the Niner fans and players an opportunity. Yeah, it's only one win if you get it. But it's 1.5 in regard to extracting revenge for what went down in that overtime loss. And then we hadn't talked about Jimmy Garoppolo in 18 tearing his ACL in that regular season game against the Chiefs. And then 2022 when McCaffrey was just fresh here, the Chiefs came in here and ran roughshod on you. So when are you? Fred Warner's never beaten Mahomes. He said it. This is just a regular game to him. When it's all said and done, it is. It's just singular one, but damn, Steiny, I could do the math to where it's 2.5 or 3 in regard to the mental psyche. Yeah, you won 2 in a row. You got Dallas, your little brother, coming in. You could go to the bye 5-3. You don't want to be 3-4. And then here we go.
If I were Kyle Shanahan,
you're 4-4 at the break, and that's one of those 4 losses is the Chiefs. Yuck.
If I were Kyle Shanahan, and you were my linebacker, I'd be worried about your readiness because I don't think your focus is appropriate.
And I would say, Coach, you don't trust me because you just threw it out to the fans. How the fans feel.
Right.
That was a fan rant. That's how, if I'm a Niner diehard, but you think Bonte Shasky and Carter and Sam and all the Niner fans, they want this.
Yes, I know that. How much? Like, how much, though? They're smart enough to know it's not going to fully alleviate
but
everything.
For one Sunday, Steiny, 60 minutes, it's our mini Super Bowl.
Okay.
And Kansas City might laugh at that. But you know what? They can because they beat you. They beat you twice on the biggest stage. Andy, man.
415, no. That's his name.
Oh.
That's what he calls himself. No. And I'm gonna have to school him a little bit here.
To Kimbe.
No. He says to me, and this is where nuance comes in. No. Oh, classic Steiny. From one side of his mouth, Steiny denigrates fans as irrelevant non-players. Then from the other side of his mouth, he pretends to care about what fans think about the game. I'm talking about Ed Anzalone, the fireman Ed. He's a horse's ass. I'm not talking about normal human beings that root for their teams. I like those fans. They're my family. I live with those people.
I'll give you a two.
I love those people. They're my family. Fireman Ed, he ain't in my family. That's the difference. No.
But Steiny, if you don't understand you play D3, the word or the definition of competition, then you're not living. And that's what this is for the Niner faithful. They got sense enough to know this is not the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But you think they want just a few months after losing that game? You want them to, in a season that hasn't gone, the way that you want it to, you got to get back on your horse. Looks like you're headed in the right direction. What better way to go Derek Jeter and win 2 in a row over the Chiefs and lay their first loss on them? And I'm telling you, the season's not over, but good God.
This is from the 510, and it's, to me, directed right at you.
Give it to him.
You can't go back and change the Super Bowl. You can't.
And that's why
if you win 70-0, you know what? They still won the Super Bowl last year.
No, you're 4-3.
Yeah, but that's why it's important.
But how good is that 4-3 after beating who? Kansas City. That's why it's special.
Guru. From the 925, you must stop trying to win a game that's already over.
We're talking about Sunday.
It's brilliant.
We're talking about Sunday.
Then don't bring up last year. But you're saying you can't. You got to think about it.
That's what makes this game for the Niners that much more important.
49er fans, talk to me. Talk to me.
I think
how important is this game? How important is it?
And it means more to the Niners and Chiefs.
I believe that.
Okay.
I do believe that.
And we know why, right? Because they've been the victor.
That's not why I think they want it. They need it more.
I think they need this.
Because the Chiefs are 5-0 and the 49ers are 3-3. That's why the Niners need this game more. Because the Niners and Kansas City happens to be the opponent, but the Niners need. The reason they need and want to win this game is so they can feel like, you know what, we're back on track toward that Super Bowl run. But if they lose this game, they lose to the Chiefs again. But I think then it becomes way more than just about, well, we can't get over the Chiefs. If you don't beat the Chiefs, it's no longer about the Chiefs. You can't even talk about the Chiefs if you don't beat them.
This will be
Sunday.
5 in a row that you lost to them.
So if you lose this game against the Chiefs,
you got a Chief problem? Would you have a problem?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter is what I'm saying.
But to the fans, I think it does, Donnie.
But you have a bigger problem than the Chiefs if you're 3-4.
Yeah, after you play them.
Exactly.
But the fact that they're on the ledger, to me, is a blessing from the football gods because, again, it's almost like you're winning 2 games with the victory. You're sending a message like, you know what? We took you to the 15 rounds twice. You knocked Jimmy Garoppolo out. You beat us in 2022. It was easy. At some point, you want to put your foot down. And Steiny, you are so right. If a loss, they're 3-4 and they're getting ready for Dallas, and you're like, okay, when's it ever going to happen? My thing is, is it Marvin Gaye? What a feeling in regard to if you beat them to go 1 game over 500. And that's your second one in a row. I mean, man, what a springboard for the rest of the season. That's how I'm looking at it.
I don't believe in springboards. I mean, here's what I'm getting at. 888-957-9570, because we got some good ones here.
Chris A. saying we're both right. I don't like that.
I think we are. Love you, Steiny. At 3-3, 1-2 in the division, the following 3 games after the Chief game. See, this is what I'm interested in, because I do think that Niner fans they know what time it is. Love you, Steiny. Thank you. No. He was just okay. The following 3 games after the Chiefs game are more important.
But what if we just say you can't focus on that? It's Chief week.
Yeah.
But ball you being with the rest tomorrow. It's junk week. You got to eat.
That's right. Focus on the Chiefs exactly like you focused on Seattle, and exactly like you will focus on Dallas.
All right. So
there it is.
You taking me to task. Don't bring up the Super Bowls. I can't. And I'll tell you, don't bring up the games after this is about the Chiefs and what they represent. And they symbolize a hill the Niners cannot climb. And I'm a person that's watched both Super Bowls, 9 quarters, and I thought the Niners were the better team for a majority of the 2 Super Bowls. What can I do with that? Nothing. But you can't tell me this is just another one on the schedule for the Niners.
Yeah, and that's where one of the reasons that I think they are not making it the be-all and end-all, and I don't think any team would make it the be-all and end-all, is because the players know, they also know that if we beat the Chiefs, the only thing that happens is we're 4-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Chiefs know you can beat them. The Chiefs know that they can lose to you. That's worth something to me. It's not in the standings. Hey, can we hear the Acho sound? I don't know if we
can push that to the other side.
Just because we're going up against it.
Yeah, I want to play that and react to it.
Here's a friend of the show. I want his thoughts on this, and you tell me if you agree or disagree.
Like, to me, the reason the 49ers or any team, for that matter, can't make one game bigger than any other game is because if you do that and you get beat, then what? Like, then what?
It's the same thing, but the mindset
that's why you can't do it, to me.
But I don't think you can run from it. It is what it is.
It's a big game. That's what it is. It's a big game.
Right. But the history of this matchup is they have owned you. And if this were a Christmas game, like the Warriors owned Cleveland, and Cleveland was on the losing side 3 or 4 times, you can't tell me the Cavs were not treating that Christmas game as an opportunity to at least, it's 1 of 82, send a message like, we can beat your ass.
Well, it depends on how much stake you put in the psychological.
And you know,
and the reality of the situation is, and here's the other thing that I know. If for whatever reason the Chiefs and the Niners end up in the Super Bowl, you know what? Sunday's game won't mean a damn thing. Nada. If you don't put stock to a heavy degree in the psychological. That's how I finish the sentence.
Okay, but if the Chiefs were to come in here and win, and you meet them again, you best believe you're...
Same thing.
Nope. I totally disagree.
Okay,
that would be another one on a long list of ownage.
But we've got recent history that proves that what happens in the regular season doesn't ensure anything. But the 49ers win, they won 8 straight games.
But there's no parallel because the Chiefs have beat you in the biggest game of them all twice. So there is no regular season history outside of 2022 and 2018. That's a nothing burger.
The parallel is that you beat the LA Rams 8 straight times, and you thought, and everybody said, you had ownage on them. Well, you did until the biggest game you played. Then they beat you. That's all that matters.
In the postseason.
Exactly.
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. If I see a scenario in which the 49ers lose 30-27 and maybe they win the Super Bowl.
Steiny's funny.
And beat the Chiefs.
My scoreboard says 2-0 in postseason Chiefs, 2-0 in regular season Chiefs since 2018. Yep. Fred Warner's admitted, and he said, I have not beat Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So just from that vantage point, yes, one game, but you know you're smarter than that, and you know ball. They're saying that because Trent Williams did it, but my goodness, you know they're going to have a pep in their step.